this year, in almost quick succession, to be a part of two Parsi functions. Once, as the head priest here, I see him smiling at Udwada. And when I was coming back from Udwada, the thought that crossed my mind, which I must share with Najma ji and her colleagues in the ministry, is that that small village turned town has a huge potential for being a global cultural center. And it's located at the right place. It's not very far off from Mumbai. It's on the sea coast. It has some of the loveliest old buildings, though I must confess not in the best of exterior shape. And therefore, a few years ago, when our present Prime Minister was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, he had taken some initiative in developing Udwada. But I think now is the right time for the Government of India, the state government, and also members of the community to really develop a master plan for developing Udwada into a great global cultural center. Because that is how really the history of the community and that particular township really deserves to be preserved. I must say that I've had the privilege of being associated with many members of the community, as Najma ji indeed said she was. And being a close observer of the community, I've noticed some very distinct features, because you are a distinct community. It may not be far off the mark to say that almost every Parsi is an institution in his own time, and two Parsis are not alike. It's a community which is a very liberal community at a larger level. It all has anecdotes. They are large-hearted enough. They enjoy laughing at themselves. And but I think what stands out really is the fact that the smallest minority in India has really never felt that it's a minority. It's never regarded itself as one. And therefore, it is this mindset which has enabled it to be, in many standards, a role model for the rest of the country. I think the key distinction is that members of the Parsi community, in whichever field of activity they have been, their ability to strive for excellence and the top position in that community and that fraternity itself makes them really stand out. Najma ji read out a whole list of people. I can go on and repeat it, whether it was the Tatas, the Godrejs, the Wadias in industry, or it was from Sirvai to Palkiwala to Fali to Soli in the legal profession, to the medical fraternity, to the armed forces, to the police services, to the civil services conventionally, to architecture. Now, each one of these fields, if you count on your fingertips the names, I think you'll obviously won't be able to finish the count till you did in the top ranking people who've achieved excellence, count a large number of members of the Parsi community in it. I think it's the ability to achieve the higher standards of excellence that first makes the community really stand up. It's then by its own conduct, ethical conduct at times, the standards of propriety they lay down, the values, the principles that they profess, then that becomes the gold standard as far as that fraternity or profession is concerned. And I think that is probably the greatest ever contribution of the Parsi community as far as India is concerned. I think secondly, their ability to create institutions, to lead institutions, and these could be any form of institutions, the large number that Najma ji counted, and these are the institutions where they've helped to leave their footprints really behind. even in the freedom struggle, there are a large number of names which are mentioned. Its extrovertish character of the community is apparent that Dada Bhai Naoroji went to England and became the first Indian to be elected to the British Parliament. It's a pity that you have Karan Bilimoria now in the British Parliament but no Parsi in the Indian Parliament.